Hello and welcome to Speak Free with Matty G, episode 49. Today I'm joined by a very special guest. Matty Georges is in the studio. You're a creative. You're a media manager for certain high-profile athletes as well. So we'll talk a bit about that. And also, guys, today we'll be drinking Strider Classic Lager,
yes, sir.
Crisp and refreshing. So we'll be talking a bit about this beer as well. This episode is brought to you by Strider. Keen to talk about that. We might start with talking about that. Tell me a bit about this beer and the story behind it and how you're involved.
We can talk about it or we can drink it to start. We got to drink it to
I'm
start.
keen to drink.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, bros.
All right.
Get the ASMR of the
Yeah.
crack.
Oh.
There we go.
That sounded good in the ears.
Here, cheers, bro. Cheers.
Cheers, brother. That's good.
Good, eh?
That's good.
Tell me, what do you feel?
I am a beer lover.
Are
so,
you?
yeah.
How does it taste?
It tastes really good. I love just a normal lager. I fucking hate those like fruity fucking beers. You know what I'm saying?
No. This is a man's beer. Like
This is a fucking
This
man's
is
beer.
hardcore stuff.
100%.
And 4.4%. Like, and then we've got a 2.2% if you want to be like a little bit more chill.
Bit of a bitch.
Yeah, bit of a bitch. Maybe for the athletes if they want to have the beer, like
True.
before the game before a day.
Also
day
good if
before a
you're
game.
driving as well.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
Drink driving. Yeah,
can
for
keep-
sure.
I just mean staying under 0.05. Keep it legal, guys.
100%. But no,
this tastes good, man.
yeah, it's mad.
I'm not even just talking out up your ass as well. Like this is actually
It's
fucking-
sessionable,
this is a
bro.
good
Like
beer.
it's not a hardcore one in the sense that it makes you feel sloppy after. Like it's still got full flavor and full taste, but it doesn't have that like
That
stocky.
gluggy
Yeah,
feeling.
exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit in your gut for sure.
Yeah.
So it's new to the market, and it's really going to take it by storm. Like genuinely, I mean that.
Yeah. So how are you in? Tell me the story. How you're involved with Strider?
Yeah, so Strider's Aussie owned. So there's two Aussie owners, Roger and Dave, and Roger's a friend of mine through some of his hospitality venues. He's an owner of a couple of nightclubs, owner in nightclubs like Noir, Sea Deck, and Oasis in Brisbane.
Big fucking places.
Yeah.
Places
Well,
people definitely know.
bro, Noir's like probably one of the best clubs in Sydney in the sense of like they get the biggest names like Kevin Hart,
100%.
Chappelle's been there.
That's where all like the after parties are all the
Yeah,
time. when they
Macklemore
come
was
out.
there like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, shit.
Like it's pretty big. So he knows his stuff, and so I met him through Nick Kyrgios, who we often party there at Noir, our venue of choice, and
And you good friends with Nick?
yeah, good friends with Nick. Met Nick about 4 years ago, just doing his social media, just doing some clips for him. He literally put an ad out, not an ad, like he put a story up saying need a photographer and a videographer. And a friend of mine at the time messaged him because they had mutuals and said Matty Georges, and he likes her message. And so then she calls me and she's like, bro, Nick Kyrgios has just liked my message of your name. You should go and message him. And before I had a chance to even, go and message him, he's liking some of my content. I'm like, bro, what the hell's going on?
That's so
This is
crazy.
So then I messaged him and I go, like, what up, King? I remind you, like, I'm not a big tennis fan at all, but I know who Nick Kyrgios is, obviously.
Yeah.
And
I feel like everyone in Australia does.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
you don't need to be a tennis fan to love Nick.
yeah, 100%.
Or hate Nick.
Literally, whatever you want to feel. And bro, I messaged him and I go, what up, King? Like, heard you need a photographer, videographer. He goes, yeah, bro. When can you get to Canberra? I go, when do you need? He goes, Monday. Now, mind you, this was Saturday night. I'm like, shit, I've got like a full week of work planned. And then he goes, do you reckon you can come for a couple of days? And I had work planned for the whole week. And I was like, yeah, bro, cool. Yeah, bro, of course, 100%. Anyway, so then I had to get like subbies to fill out my whole week. Me and my videographer went to Canberra Monday to Wednesday, and we're like, filming just his training. He just wanted content around his comeback because this was the lead up to his big run in 2022, where he won obviously the doubles at Oz Open and went all the way to the final at Wimbledon. Like had that crazy year.
That was such a good year.
Yeah, that was mental. And so so we ended up filming with him till the Wednesday, and then we ended up staying till Friday because we had such a good time and we just clicked like that. So we ended up becoming good mates after that. And then he obviously met Costine in Sydney. So he was definitely more Sydney based. And then, yeah, bro, our relationships just kind of stem from them. And now obviously I do a little bit more of a formal role with some of his content, especially around OnlyFans and whatnot. And obviously whenever he needs me to do content, I do that. But beyond that now we're like really, really good mates. So so he introduced me to Roger, who's the owner of Noir and Strider. And yeah, Strider is now one of the accounts that I manage, and I do a lot of the content for and whatnot.
wow.
And, now myself personally, I probably only work with 3 or 4 accounts myself, and Strider's, you know, my big one. So along with like Lebanon Rugby League, and I do a lot of media management, and I do a lot of content for you know, some athletes like Josh Mansour and Blake Austin and whatnot.
And that's so cool to me because, like, you know, a lot of people talk about this escaping the 9 to 5. And I feel like videography and just being a creative is a really good way of doing that. Sort of creating your own schedule. Obviously, it's a lot more challenging than a lot of people think. You have to be good. You have to be talented. And it's a lot of hard work, but it is work you really enjoy, right?
100%. Like, it's one thing about my job, which I love, man, is, bro, on a Monday, I'm working at a cafe. On a Tuesday, I'm working at a gym. On a Wednesday, I'm working in an office.
Yeah.
You know, you're wearing so many different hats, and you're exposed to so many different industries in one week. It's actually perfect for the modern day societal person that, you know, doesn't know what he wants to do yet, which a lot of people fall in that category. And I would just say, I would recommend far out, just become a creative. You get to wear 15 different hats in one week, and you can decide what you like from there. And it just keeps things interesting, man. Like, I love the fact that my job allows me to travel the world. It allows me to create content anywhere. Realistically, my job I can do anywhere in the world if I'm stranded in a country per se. And it's funny because I've actually helped a friend of mine who I met in Tokyo do the same thing, because he's a French student actually studying in Tokyo, and he's a photographer, and he wants to, you know, he wants to stay in Japan, but he doesn't know how to make money whilst also studying. And I said, bro, you just door knock on 100 venues in Tokyo and say, I'm a photographer and I'm willing to do your photos for you for $100. Yeah. Just your photos for your social media, just for $100, and I'll give you 100 photos. No one's going to say no. You might get 30 no's, you might get 50 no's, but if you get 50 yeses, you've just made $5,000.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, my job is mad because you can do it anywhere in the world, bro. And there's no limitations. And I love the fact that no one can call themselves an expert at this. Like, anyone that thinks they're an expert at being an influencer or a social media manager, that's bullshit, because this industry, this job has really only been around for what, 10 years? When did Facebook come out?
Exactly.
What, 2011? Yeah. So it's only been around. It was
before that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah, it was like 2004.
No.
Yeah.
Actuals?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
Well, but not at the level it is now.
Yeah. Well, when did businesses start to jump on socials? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a big thing.
Yeah. Now it's a necessity.
Has to be.
You can't have a business without being on social media.
You could almost argue like the social media manager or the marketing team are some of the most important people in any business.
100%.
Because it's all well and good to do good work, and it's all well and good to do great things, but if you're not letting people know about it, where's the growth going to come from?
Exactly. And you need eyes. It's just eye. It's all about getting eyes, right?
100%.
And, you know, the more eyes, the fucking better.
Yeah.
So you need to be everywhere. You need to be, you know, there's no such thing as oversaturated.
100%. 100%.
Fucking be everywhere.
Yeah.
Be annoying.
Literally. You know? Well, the most important, like, I look at guys like Jake Paul, you know, hate him as much as you want to. I can see why you hate them.
Mad respect.
Yeah, bro, they're everywhere.
Fucking look at what they've done.
Like, look at things like Prime. Like, you see it everywhere. You almost feel like you know that story back to front because you just live, breathe, eat, sleep at the moment you open your phone.
Yeah.
So you're right, man. You just have to be a bit annoying.
Fuck, remember Prime when it first came to Australia and people were paying like $15 for one bottle?
So it's funny. So I
dumb cunts. First of all, dumb fucking cunts. Who's doing that?
It's funny because Nick wouldn't mind me saying this. When Nick jumped on Logan Paul's podcast, he got given all this KSI Prime, and the KSI Prime is like this special flavor that never got released in Australia or whatever. And I had it when it wasn't released anywhere. And Nick gave me a fair few of the bottles, and I had it in my office, and I did a photo shoot there in the office, and one of the talent, one of the models was like, "Bro, is that the KSI Prime?" I go, "Yeah." Like, I don't know. I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." He goes, "Bro, how much?" I go, "I don't know. How much is it worth?" He goes, "Well, $150." I go, $150 Done.
For one bottle.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I go, yes, bro, give it to me. Done.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, and I
didn't know Prime was going for the fucking price of fucking good drugs.
Because literally,
Jesus Christ.
Because he was a collector, like he's collecting all the bottles.
Right,
and shit.
okay.
And it was mind you, it was like some 16-year-old. I mean, I probably shouldn't talk about me taking cash off a 16-year-old, but this is the Speak Free podcast.
It's not like you were selling him meth, so it's okay. You know.
I mean, I don't know what was in that bottle, but to be honest with you, I didn't open it. But yeah, man, it's crazy. But it's just purely good marketing, bro. Like they've just created something that's mad because realistically, I've tasted it and it tastes like freaking Gatorade.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. You know who else is a fucking master marketer?
Tell me.
And I went to her concert, but kind of a hater as well. Taylor Swift.
Taylor. Yeah.
Mate,
Swizzle.
like her new album, right? She released, I think, 4 different versions of it.
Yeah.
And each one had one different song, a different bonus track, right? But it was called like a different edition. She would have added, I think I read an article, something like she was going to make an extra $80 million just because of the people that will buy every album, like every version of it in hard copy, like physical copy, because that's what she wants. Like she has turned her fans into these like collectors. You know what I mean? Like they need everything.
So as a massive NFL fan, I can't stand the fact that she's littered everywhere across our TV screens. Like
I'm the same.
like-
Mate, how do you think I'm a fucking diehard Ravens fan? And I had to watch that bitch fucking... Sorry. I had to watch that bitch celebrate her boyfriend getting into the fucking Super Bowl.
Hey, you just went to a concert, bro.
I know, and that was after too, so I saw so many Chiefs jerseys around me. I was like, fuck, I'm going to fucking throw hands in a second, cunt.
Jeez,
I was walking around, you know what I was saying? I was
Yeah.
like, I bet none of these cunts have ever watched a fucking NFL game in their
100.
life.
100, bro. Well, we it's funny because we were doing a skit with Josh Mansour and Dabble, and part of it was that we were recruiting the Taylor Swift fans to the NRL. So it was an NRL piece, and we tried to manipulate fans that believed, that Travis Kelce was coming to play for the Penrith Panthers, and would you start to watch the NRL then? So we start the question off with, "Hey, do you watch NRL?" And they go, "No, we're just here for the concert, whatever." And we said, "Oh, well, Taylor Swift, funnily enough, is going to be a stakeholder in the NRL now because Travis Kelce is rumored to come and play for the Penrith Panthers." And we showed him a graphic with like Travis Kelce's head on Isaiah Yeo's body, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm a Panthers fan. Yeah, I've always watched NRL. I love NRL." Bro, the Swizzle fans are mental, man. But like, yeah, she's nuts.
Oh, they are definitely mental.
Yeah,
100%.
I would say they're far out.
It's an actual cult.
Arguably behind Trump fans, the most passionate fans on the planet. And I see that hat over there.
No, I took it down, actually.
no,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I had it up, and then I thought I wanted to keep it the same as I have for the whole episodes for every.
Look at you! You're going blue, bro.
I know.
You're going. Actually, I can't even say that.
But I have had it here before. Everyone knows I'm a fucking Trump supporter, and he's going to win this election unless they rig it again. But they'll have to rig it twice as hard because no one's voting for that old senile fucking cunt.
Bro, he's played himself out of the election.
Surely, right? Surely.
He slept himself out of the election.
You think this, but there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers still in this world.
But it's crazy because, like, at the end of the day, and I actually like this topic to talk. I love talking about this, bro. Like, no one was really voting for Biden.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't voting for Biden themselves.
They were voting for not Trump.
That's it. You could have put anyone there. You could have put Hezbollah there and they would have voted for him, bro. Like you could have put anyone in the position against Trump and they would have wanted to just go against him. And to be honest with you, like everyone knows, it wasn't like Biden's not pulling any strings. It's, it's his running mate. It's his team. It's
100%. It's the military industrial complex. It's big pharma. It's these guys, the 1% of the 1% who control the world. And it is 100%. True. It's true. Like look at BlackRock and Vanguard. If you don't know, look into it. I'm not going to fucking preach here. But these motherfuckers are the ones controlling the world. And the reason Trump is such a threat and the reason they're trying so hard, like it's just been released now that Joe Biden gave authority to use deadly force on the raid of Mar-a-Lago when they found the documents. Deadly force. So Trump said no. They were legally allowed from the president to shoot Donald Trump dead, right? An ex-president. Like, if that doesn't scare people, and I know we're in Australia, and I can't stand the people who say, it's in America, who gives a fuck? Yeah. It impacts us big time.
100%. Right? They're the biggest player in the game.
They're the biggest player in the game. They're our fucking allies. If they go to war, we got to go to war. 100%. I don't want our men and women dying for some fuckwit in the White House who makes stupid fucking decisions, right? Like, it's not right. It's not right. And at the end of the day, like, I have full respect for our armed forces. But at the end of the day, you're fighting for a government. That's what you're doing. You're fighting for a government, 100%. Right? Like, your government is sending you there, wherever you are. And if there's a need for it, 100%. But if it's based on dumb decisions like Joe Biden has done with everything that's going on in the world now, and keep continually funding these fucking never-ending wars, which I'm not picking any sides, but they are never-ending wars, right?
100%.
You're never going to fix Russia and Ukraine. You're never going to fix fucking Israel and Palestine. It's just, it's not going to, they've been at war for fucking ever, right? And they'll be at war forever.
Yeah.
So the best thing we can do is stay the fuck out of it, I reckon.
100%. Hit the nail on the head, bro.
But like Joe Biden, man, like.
Nah, he's played himself out, man. He looks like an idiot.
I hope so. But to be honest, I thought he was nowhere in 2020 as well, and cunts voted him.
Came out of nowhere, eh?
But
that one came out of nowhere.
I think there is, what I've noticed is there's been quite a lot of people, even that were on the left before, who are now coming out and saying,
yeah, no,
I'm not going to vote for
100%. Well, bro, everyone's witnessed firsthand what you give this guy power and what he's going to do. It's turned to shit.
Yeah.
It's funny, like you said, because we're in Australia, it just makes me laugh because the 2020 election was realistically my first experience with politics. I would have been about 20 years old then. And the only reason I was invested into it is because we're all betting on it. Like everyone was betting on Donald Trump, and especially when his odds were like so high, because at the start, like he was paying like $5.50, so everyone's jumping in, putting in cash, and me and all my mates had money on it. And
should have seen his odds against Clinton in 2016.
Well, we're so dumb, right? Because he was winning on election day, like Trump, and we had a whole group of us where we had like big money on him, or everyone together. And we're at an all-red party. And literally, it was the same day as Origin because it was that COVID year. And if you remember that game...
so Origin was played at the end.
Yeah, because it was COVID. And if you remember that game, Boyd Cordner got concussed and then Luke Keary got concussed. So we were already screwed. And so the mood was down at that day because of that. But Trump was winning and we were going to make a mozza. Yeah. And so we're at this election party. We're watching Origin. We're singing YMCA. We're popping champagne. And then we lose Origin. It's like, oh, whatever. But it's all right. Trump's going to win. And we're sitting on the couch. And then one of the boys comes in and goes, boys, Arizona's just flipped. And we all just went, what? And then we're watching Georgia and we're watching Philly. And we're like, bro, what's happening? These are all the red states. They're all going blue. And then...
Well, what happened with Georgia was really... that's when I knew.
Nah, yeah.
And I will say this, I don't care if it's people think I'm wrong. That's when I knew this is rigged.
Yeah.
Because how did they find all these votes suddenly that were all Democrat votes and they're all the mail-in ballot votes that are getting counted, apparently? I'm sorry, there was not 82 million people who voted for fucking Joe Biden, okay? It's just not possible. It's not fucking possible. Do I think a lot of people did vote for him? 100%. Yeah, 100%. I think there was a lot of people out there with the sentiment of let's just remove Donald Trump. But I think there was 100% election fraud.
And you're never going to change those opinions of people.
No, they're stuck in their ways. They vote blue their whole life, and that's it.
You know what? Like at the end of the day, bro, whether they're right or wrong, bro, it's always going to be like that. And there's no point in losing sleep on that.
I do love how petty Trump was, but... Like, I'm not going to the inauguration. Fuck yourself.
We talk about Prime before and Logan Paul about marketing. Bro, he had the best campaign. He's the funniest, man. He's funny. But, yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back and all will be well soon. Bro.
He'll be back as long as they don't throw him in jail beforehand. He can still run from prison anyway.
Can he?
Yeah.
Has there ever been anyone?
Well, no. Because they've never come after a president the way they've come after Donald Trump.
Dang.
You know what I will say about this hush money trial as well? I'm sorry, if you pay someone to shut the fuck up and they don't shut the fuck up, I think, hashtag Donald Trump deserves a refund. Stormy Daniels, give the man his fucking money back. You didn't shut your mouth, bitch.
Oh, this is the Speak Free podcast 100%, for a reason, bro.
100%. Now we will, also I wanted to say, if people heard the OnlyFans thing about Nick Kyrgios, if you didn't know, he's not on there showing his dick.
Yeah. No. It's
talk a bit about that.
So OnlyFans originally, you got to remember, like OnlyFans was originally for athletes, it was for actors, it was for celebrities, man, and it was for the people who like that have influence that people want to subscribe to and learn a little bit about their life. Like it's behind the scenes. Like, bro, if I knew that Tom Brady, who's like one of my favorite athletes of all time, or Sonny Bill Williams, like if they were on OnlyFans, I would pay to watch what they do in their life, whether that be their diet, their training, all that kind of stuff. And realistically, it's the it's the gangers that really ruined it for everyone. Like they've destroyed it.
Yeah.
So it was never intended for that, bro. So OnlyFans.
But OnlyFans would have made a fucking cunt load of money from
100%,
them doing that.
100%.
And so have the girls.
Yeah, 100%. But OnlyFans obviously recognize and realize what's going on and the reputation around it, and they want to bring, back the athletes onto the platform. And who better and who more controversial to get than, Nick Kyrgios, right? Like the maverick of the tennis world. And so bro, his channel is actually very heavily subscribed to. It is, I think it's a free subscription if you actually jump on. I don't actually have OnlyFans, but bro, his content's mad. Like, it's just like what he does in a day. It's his diet, it's his training, it's his comeback story, and it's sick. And so I film a lot of his longer form episodes on there.
Yeah, I've seen that all on your story and that.
Yeah. And it's mad, bro. It actually is. It's a sick concept, bro. Because you got to think, like, who's your favorite athlete of all time? Well, you're a Tigers fan, right?
I'm a Tigers fan. Benji Marshall's my guy.
Yeah. Well, if Benji Marshall had like an OnlyFans, right? You'd subscribe to that
100%.
Whether he's getting his kid off or not, you'd subscribe to that.
More so if he's getting his kid off.
Yeah, 100%.
No, but 100%. Like the people you follow and you admire, especially if it's an athlete, right? Because
100.
there's a whole another element of following them that comes with that, is that it's a healthy way of living, generally speaking.
Yeah.
So you're not only watching to get sort of behind the scenes look at them, but you're also looking to get information on how, especially if you play that sport as well. I think that's really important.
I think especially for someone like Nick, and the reason like OnlyFans go with someone like Nick is, bro, Australia in the world, when it comes to world sport as well, we don't have, now more so we're growing in that space, but we don't have many mover and shakers that are the best of the best in the industry. We got Volk, which is amazing. We got Ricardo, which is awesome. Sam Kerr, obviously with Chelsea and the Matildas and whatnot.
If she doesn't get locked up overseas. Anyway.
Speak free, baby. But like we're still always seen as that underdog, and Nick's one of those guys too. Like Nick on his day, everyone knows this, is the best in the world, bro. He's beaten the best in the world. He's the legend killer. He's the Randy Orton of freaking tennis. And I'm not a massive tennis fan, but so that's, there's so many Aussies that aspire to be a somebody in this world or be the best of the best, and Nick's proved that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The kid from Canberra all the way to Wimbledon. So I can see why they would want to go with him, and it's mad.
100%. I actually I went to the Australian Open for my first and only time. I would 100% go back, but I went in 2020, right before everything shut down. They were actually talking about COVID. We caught the cruise down, me and my mum. Like, they did an Australian Open, P&O cruise. And then on the way back, that's when we started hearing the noise about COVID and all that sort of shit.
Bro, what a weird time, man.
Weird fucking time. So it was like my last freedom trip, right? Yeah. Before the government fucked us up the ass for 3 years.
Remember Freedom Day? Do you remember that day?
Oh, remember Freedom Day. I'm like, Freedom Day. Oh, you need 2 jabs to get your freedom. That's not freedom, cunt.
They branded it as Freedom Day, was it not? It was like a free.
It was literally, called Freedom Day.
So they
I still went to the pub.
Yeah, 100%. We all
fucking,
did.
I was fiending for a fucking BB, cunt. I fucking smashed that shit in
Strider,
fucking 2.2 seconds.
Strider.
Yeah, sorry. I was fiending for a Strider, which didn't exist there, but exists now.
But you were waiting for it.
And brought to you
by Strider. Yeah, that was crazy, bro.
But at the Australian Open, I watched Nick in Melbourne Arena, or whatever it's called now,
Rod Laver or something.
No. It's the one that you used to get into just with the grounds pass.
Oh, got you.
Now you have to buy a ticket, but at the time it was just a grounds pass, so it was like a massive line. So me and my mum waited. It was like Nick hadn't played yet, so it was like a game before him. I think could have even been Kokonakis playing actually before him, maybe. But we got in there, and then you could go for a pass out, but you'd be timed. You'd have 15 minutes.
What the?
So I'd go out and pump 2 ciggies, because I smoked ciggies at the time, and then I run back in there and get in back in time. But then Nick came out, and me and Mum we had tickets to Rod Laver. So Nick came out at I don't know what time it was, but our session started not long after Nick came out for Rod Laver, and me and my mum looked at each other and went, "We're not going to Rod Laver. Fuck the ticket." Yeah. Literally fuck the ticket. I know we paid whatever money for it, but that crowd in that arena, and mind you, at the time, right, it's still the cheapest arena to go to now there. But at the time, it was just a grounds pass. So it's $50, right? Line up. So it's full of the people that I want to watch tennis with, not these uppity fucking... wearing suits and shit, sitting in Rod Laver Arena. It's full of cunts from Western Sydney or, that have just gone there for a fucking good time, sink and piss. And that's what Nick thrived on. He loved playing, he loves playing there. And
I've seen videos of him drinking beer in the crowd from randoms.
But seeing Nick in there, it was honestly one of the best sporting experiences of my life. Like 100%. Show Nick this, by the way. Yeah. Like it was so good. And everyone, like the crowd was fucking going bonkers, right? Like you saw them during like what the crowd was like during fucking him and Kokonakis' fucking run.
Bro, that Special K run was mad. And I don't watch tennis, but like everyone around the country was on that. Like, that was mad.
Yes. And then they won the same year Ash Barty won, right?
Bro, I'm no tennis fan, but I assume so.
I'm pretty sure they did because it was like such a good year for Australia. Like Ash Barty too. What a legend.
Party.
Wins everything.
Why'd you retire?
But wins everything and goes, nah, I'm done.
Yeah, what was that about?
Sick cunt. What a fucking legend.
Just go out while she's on top.
What a goat.
Yeah, pretty gun actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah, when you know what? I don't need to do this shit anymore.
Fuck the millions.
I've made my money, but she made her money.
Yeah.
She won everything.
But what was her actual reason? Like, what, she want to start a family or something?
I think so. She had a kid not long after.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But she's playing golf again now.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, I hate people like that. I hate the people that are so talented at everything, bro. I hate that. Like, I don't know.
She plays cricket too.
Are you sweet? Fuck. Bro, like growing up, because I played footy as well, and like I played at an alright level. Like I've represented Lebanon and whatnot, and played a couple of games like Harold Mats and trials and stuff for the Roosters and whatnot. But
You're a Roosters fan, aren't you?
Die hard, bro. Die hard. Look at me smirking.
You know my mate Brody, don't you?
Yeah. He's a G. He's a G.
Yeah.
Sydney, bro, I got a quote from him this morning actually for a jersey. I thought it'd be a sick like jersey piece to get, and then he told me 1,500. I was like, Brody. But he was selling for a mate. But I just hated the kids, the natural kids growing up. Like not to be like cocky or arrogant like that. I've made it anywhere. Like I'm not like a super success story or whatever, but everything that I've got, like I've had to work so freaking hard for. Like I have to work double hard, triple hard more than most people. And I hate that, bro. I hate the naturally gifted people, especially in school. The guys that barely had to study, they barely trained. Like I freaking I played a charity game, Rugby League, like a couple months ago.
We'll talk about that actually.
And bro, I tore my hamstring. And then you got guys who are freaking sinking beers before the game, scoring full length field tries. I go, what the frick?
Did you actually take your hamstring?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, great. Torn hamstring.
Was it like after a break?
Nah, bro. I was getting tackled. It wasn't like foul play. Like it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? That's just footy, bro. But I was getting tackled, and usually you tear your hamstring. The way the physio described it, like you would tear your hamstring going lengthways, but I've torn it up, and because my foot just locked in. Like luckily I didn't do my knee, because I went to got tackled, and then my leg like got stuck like that, so the hamstring like extended inways.
Fuck.
Which it's more of a strain. Like they would be commonly more a strain, but then when I got it tested it
was torn.
It was torn. So I couldn't run for like 5 weeks, which sucked. But back to those natural guys. I freaking hate them, man. Because me growing up, I was just always the guy that had to work double hard, and like any squad that I made or any team that I was in, I was like never to be the most natural. I was never the most natural player in the team, but I was one of the harder workers because I had to be, like literally just to be in that team. I had to train after my training sessions with the team and stuff like that. And I've taken that into work as well. Like realistically, I'm not the most natural creative. Because I don't love photography, bro, which is weird. I don't love photography and videography, but I do it every day for a living. It's taken me all over the world. But when I travel and go to countries for leisure, I don't bring my camera, which is crazy.
But I get that, right? Because I'm going to Africa in August, and I'm taking my camera. Obviously, you have to. You go on a safari. Yeah. But half of me is like, because I'm a photographer as well. Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah. And half of me is like, I kind of just want to sit in the safari truck and just chill and see it with my own eyes. But obviously, it's once in a lifetime. You got to take your fucking camera. But I get that because you have the camera in your hand every fucking day, right?
The way I look at it is like, would a plumber bring his tools with him anywhere else? And like, bro, I treat my camera as my tool, which is, I think something that separates me a little bit from others is that I feel like people, like a lot of creatives, put so much pressure on themselves to create the best content because that's what they love, live, breathe, eat, sleep, and they're comparing themselves with other creators, and they say, "Oh, look, this is what this guy's done here," and they follow another page. But I don't follow any of these pages. I don't watch anyone else's content other than my own. Realistically,
I'm the same. Yeah, I even don't follow that many podcasts.
Yeah. Well,
because I don't want to get stuck down in like thinking I've got to do something a certain way. So far, I've had this vision in my head, right? And I've just gone with that, not even thinking about any other cunt.
Yeah.
And the only person I kind of aspire to be is like Joe Rogan. I want to be on that level, you know.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not looking at what other Australian podcasts are doing and what they're talking about and what content they're putting out. Like, I'll just be me.
Well, I think that's unreal, bro. And I think the way I look at it, like especially even with my own field, is the more opinions you get from other people, the more inspirations that you draw from everywhere else, right? Your mind can only take so much, bro. And then you just start to you start to overthink about, oh, this guy's doing this guy's doing that, and then you start to think about all the options. And like you're a photographer, right, as well, so you get this. People get so caught up on like, what settings should I have my camera, or how can I do this the most perfect way, right?
And also like the editing, like what style do we want?
And they're thinking so much. By the time they get to an answer, the moment's gone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So sometimes it's just better to just be a little bit more narrow. Look, I'm not saying be oblivious completely and don't look at anything else that you see online, but as a creative, you really need to listen to yourself more than anything, bro, and go with your gut. That's the thing, bro. And that's kind of what I've done like my whole life, realistically, and it's done all right so far. It's done pretty good.
Fucking oath it has. You're doing great. You're doing
thanks,
fucking
bro.
like. What is it like? I wonder this because, obviously people see celebrities, right, as sort of, if they've never been around well-known people, it's sort of seen as like the same way the royal family's seen, right? Like these untouchables, right?
Yeah.
But what is it like for you to not only work with them, but be good friends with people who are very fucking well known? Do you feel like you have like an inside look into how someone, like what is it like for you? Like,
yeah, bro. When I was younger, and I hate. You know what I really hate when people like do this front up character. Oh, bro, they're just all human, bro. Like, just fucking don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's just human. Nah, man. Just be realistic. When I first started working with these athletes and stuff, guys that are like literally like Josh Mansell. I used to have him in my super coach team. Now I'm doing his content.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, when I first meet these people, I'm going to be straight out honest with you. I'm like starstruck, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, so long as it doesn't inflict and coincide with your professionalism and your work, bro.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're human. If you're trying to not be starstruck, right? If you're trying not to be, then you're being fake. And these celebrities and these athletes, they won't connect with you if you're fake off the jump. If your first reaction is to try and be mad and be like, oh yeah, it's just a normal person, whatever, then you're being fake.
Yeah.
So I just embrace it, man. And there are some celebrities and athletes who I just don't resonate with. Like, I've done a lot of work with, this is no hate towards them, like cricketers like Steve Waugh and Glenn McGrath. Brett Lee, I was very starstruck by because I was a wee big kid growing up. Like, that ad's mad. But like when I was doing work with like Glenn McGrath, and there's no disrespect to this, bro, but I'm just not a cricket guy, so I didn't see it as a big thing.
Yeah.
I would recently work with Mitch Robinson, and I don't watch AFL. He's a maddest bloke, by the way, but Mitch Robinson's a G. But like, I wasn't starstruck by that, but I know if there was an AFL fan, they would be like frothing.
Yeah.
So it's, bro, you just got to be normal. You got to be yourself, and you can be starstruck, and that's fully normal, so long as you can just remain professional after. And like, bro, when I was working with Nick the first time, fuck yeah, I was starstruck, bro. This guy's freaking the best tennis player in Australia.
Yeah.
Of course, how am I not going to be? Like Josh Mansour and Mitch Moses when I was doing the Lebanon Rugby League content at the World Cup. Bro, I used to buy these guys in my super coach team. Now I'm sleeping 2 rooms away from them
that's
for 8
crazy,
weeks in England. And, you know, we're going to pubs together. And, you know, we're friends now. So, bro, you just got to be you. And if you being you is starstruck, that's fine. Just don't let it coincide with your professionalism. I hate the people that try to act like they're not starstruck by it.
Exactly. Because then that way it will never lead to an actual friendship anyway.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
And at the end of the day, like, I look at it like this, right? If you admire them, right? You admire some of your best friends, right? Your best friend before Jack. Shout out Jack.
I admire him heaps.
You admire him, bro. And so all friendships and all good relationships start with admiration somewhere. So whether it's admiration through being a fan or whether it's being a friend or a relative, it's admiration anyway.
100%.
So don't try and be like a mad dog and just be like,
yeah,
what's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's up? And don't act like a little bit starstruck. Like, bro, when I first freaking saw Nick, I was like, yeah, fuck, this is Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah. And also, like, I would feel like if I was Nick and I was getting a videographer in or whoever to shoot my content, I feel like I'd want them to be a little bit starstruck. Do you know what I mean? Because you'd want them to feel like this is a big opportunity.
100%. You want them to understand the magnitude of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, it's just, I just say, like, you just be yourself, bro. And that's one thing I can say about myself and my journey and my career, if you want to call it that. is that I've just always been true blue. I'm never going to change for anyone else. I'm a pretty religious guy. I'm a very religious guy. Like I'll always fight for my faith. I'm a massive NRL fan, so I'm going to fight for my team. I'm a passionate guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So I don't change for anyone or for anything. And if that means I'm going to be starstruck when I meet someone, fuck yeah, I'm going to be starstruck, bro. And it is what it is. Just so you just got to stay professional and just do your job, bro.
100%. Now we will talk a bit about NRL.
Mad.
Got a few things to say.
As a Tigers fan, I can imagine you do.
Look, as a Tigers fan, I'm actually not stressed. I see everyone having I see everyone having a
brother. You've lost all your hair.
Yeah.
Tell me you're not stressed, cuz.
Oh, I'm stressed, just not about the Tigers. I'm fucking used to it. It's been 13 years of this shit. I'm fucking well used to it by now.
So was Brooks the problem?
Brooks was not the problem, but the management was, and that's why I think it will change, right? That's why I'm not too stressed. You got to remember, we've just cleaned out our whole board. New CEO, new coach, whole bunch of new players. And everyone's like, they only won 2 games. Okay, it's going to fucking happen, right?
Yeah.
It's a process. We're cleaning out. We got Luai coming next year. We got Taruva coming next year. Like, good players. We're cleaning out cunts who shouldn't never have come in the first place. Looking at you, Papa Lee.
He
didn't want to come in the first place.
Which I found was, and I love that Richo did that. Because you know what, like that to me showed that there's really something going at the Tigers. Because in the past,
someone's got balls now.
100%.
Finally,
in the past, you guys would keep those players that didn't necessarily want to be there. And mind you, he's on good wicket.
100%. Adam Blair, look at that cunt.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, bro,
the biggest waste of money of all time.
Yeah. So we used to have a funny thing about Blairy, because mind you, like when he went back to the Warriors, he was actually pretty good.
He was good.
It was like he just didn't want to be there. We used to say like this guy just literally used to run out and just, because he was always getting subbed back off straight away. It's like he was literally running back on and back off at the same motion. But he's like back in the past, the Tigers would keep someone like Papa Lee on their books, and now to show. Now Richo coming in, cleaning out a little bit like that. I love that. And to find a suitor like Penrith who, they missed out on Fafita, and he'll pick up Isaiah's contract straight off the bat. That's great roster management. That's really good roster management from the Tigers, man. That was a good move.
Yeah. Richo knows what he's doing. 100%.
Well, he's proven it. Was he there in 2016 with Cronulla? Because he was with Cronulla.
I believe so. I think he's won a comp at Cronulla. He won with Souths.
Was he there 2014 or was he there after?
No, he was there in 2014.
Yeah, right.
He was there like 2011 or something.
Yeah.
And then or 2012.
I don't like to compliment Souths.
2012. I know you're a Roosters fan, but just drop it for this episode.
I can't, bro. I can't.
Look, I'm not going to compliment Manly either. I fucking hate Manly. And fuck Penrith too, actually.
Do you like any teams?
No, not when they're versing Tigers. No, you know what? I actually have a bit of a soft spot for Penrith because I'm from out here.
Yeah, of course.
So I like seeing them do well. And we've got half their team now anyway. So, we're basically the West Panthers. But you know what? I've been to a lot of Chookies games with Brody. And I don't mind the Chookies when they're not versing the Tigers.
We're a good team. We've got fun characters, bro. Like, to be honest with you, this is the truth. And I work with a lot of NRL boys. We've got some really good people in our team, and that's the truth. And look, I know everyone loves to hate the Roosters. I'm fully aware of the stereotypes. I understand the salary sombrero, whatever. I get it, right?
I think it's just the class of like East versus West.
100%, bro. I'm fully aware with that. But we have a lot of really good people. Like, I don't know. I can already hear the comments when I'm about to say this. Guys like Jared Ria-Hargreaves are great people. They are. Jared's an unreal man. James Tedesco, hate him all you want. Oh, put Dylan Edwards for the fullback role. We can talk about the Blues if you want to talk about that. But
the team's being announced this Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday night or Monday. I don't know. One of them.
I mean, it'll be out by. Will Origin have come out by the time your episode comes out? Ooh. This will be out in 2 weeks from Tuesday. So
2 weeks. Yeah. The game will be done.
The game will be done,
bro. It'll be Queensland 1-0 probably.
Nah, I'm gonna be there in the Blatchies Blues game 1.
I'll be there for the Blues, but I don't know, man. I'm not confident, bro.
Are you in the Blatchies?
Nah, I'm not Blatchies. Nah, I'm going with a couple family friends. They got a box.
Oh,
look at this guy, the Eastern Suburbs.
The Eastern Suburbs wanker over here has got a corporate box.
Nah, I didn't mean it like that.
I'll be down in the Blatchies with some fucking real New South Wales passion, mate. So
where's your Queensland spirit now?
Yeah, best Leichhardt moment ever. Yeah, I met that cunt at Leichhardt
did ya?
Oval. Yeah.
Get him
yeah.
on the pod.
Oh, mate, could you imagine? He's got half a brain cell.
But in all seriousness, guys like James Tedesco, honestly, like really, really good people, genuinely good people. Jared, really good person. Joey Manu, like he's hilarious. You know what I mean? We actually have good characters.
Yeah.
At the Chooks.
Yeah,
genuinely.
I don't doubt that for a second.
And it's a good culture.
Yeah.
And we win a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's true. A lot more than the fucking Tigers.
I was about to say, you'd know about winning, wouldn't you? Spoons.
Yeah, winning spoons. I'm going to need more of this Strider lager, crisp and refreshing, unlike the West Tigers.
Oh, shocker.
But yeah, man, I don't know. But I do, you know what? Realistically, I do actually feel confident about the future.
I know the team's going to be out and whatever, but the debate, who would you go, Edwards or Teddy?
I would go Teddy for at least game one.
Mm-hmm.
If he has a shocking game and the series is on the line, I would want Madge to have the balls to drop in.
But so because this episode is going to come out after the game, so this could be retrospective. You can clip it up for like a quick immediate story or whatever. But bro, would you make that drastic change when the game's on the when the series is on the line?
Yes.
And so you're going to bring in someone who's never played Origin before.
Look what happened last year when we stuck solid.
So if
we didn't make any drastic changes, right? And we lost in game 2. I think when the series is on the line, I think, fuck yeah, that's the time you do it. Have some balls as a coach. And I think Madge does have the balls. I think Freddie Fittler didn't. I think Freddie wanted to be everyone's mate. And what I really like about Madge being coach is he's doesn't want to be involved with the media.
Mm.
Unless it's the West Tigers fucking documentary series that he did on Fox League. But
the
generally,
West Tigers
generally
are always
speaking,
in a fucking fight.
Generally speaking, I think Origin lost a little bit of its charm when it became Billy and Freddie, because they're both on Channel 9 and it became very media driven, like coverage. I don't know. It just annoyed me. I don't like them talking to the coach while the game's on in the box. I think that's just ridiculous. Get the fucking mics out of there. Film the camera through the fucking. Don't have a camera in the box. Film it, through the glass cunt.
It seems like it's.
I feel like that's a private moment, right? And same with the dressing rooms. Get rid of the fucking cameras in the dressing rooms, for fuck's sake. Man. Do we really need cameras I know they pay a fucking mozza of money, right? But I feel like as players, as a team, you need private moments as well. And I think Madge will bring a little bit more of that. And the reason I think that is because they had a little camp, I think earlier this year or something, like a preseason camp. And he didn't have anyone, no cameras were allowed in New South Wales camp at all. And I thought, fuck yeah, cunt. Finally, just focus on the game.
They're going to be based in the Blue Mountains this year.
So which I think is important.
They sacked Coogee off. So
yeah,
they're going to be hidden. Yeah, I like Madge. One thing about Freddie, and I obviously love Freddie. I'm a Roosters fan, but we know Freddie personally and whatnot. And I feel like he would even probably think that maybe there was needed to be time for change. But one thing I always said in support of Freddie, who's better? Who was the better option at the time? Because there wasn't a definitively better option. Now I wonder, is Madge realistically even a better pick than Freddie, or is it back to that Biden and Trump thing where it's just anyone but Freddie? Because one thing I say about Freddie, right? When you're a player, right, our current player, and you get the call, right? You're getting a call from Brad Fittler, the guy that you grew up watching win premierships and be the man, be the freaking man, which is what like the players for Queensland are getting when they get a call from Billy, right?
I get that.
Is anyone getting up for a call from Michael Maguire?
I don't know about that, but I think if you're a true New South Welshman, I don't think it matters who the fuck calls you. Yeah. I think just to play against Queensland should be enough. Yeah. Because I tell you what, in Queensland, it wouldn't matter if fucking Billy Bob Thornton fucking courtyard to play for Queensland. They're fucking raring to go. They've been ready since birth. Had a joke on here that when the doctor pulls like the baby from the vagina in Queensland, he shakes the baby and goes, Queenslander! Queenslander! They're fucking bred to hate us, mate. You go to sorry, but you go to Rebel Sport in Penrith right now, there's a whole fucking section of maroon shit. You will not see that in Brisbane, Gold Coast, fucking Townsville, anywhere, cunt. You will not see a fucking New South Wales jersey, right? Because they fucking hate us. That's how it should be. We need to raise our kids to fucking hate Queensland. And I think that's why Madge was chosen, because he's got fucking mongrel and he's a hard cunt. He's a fucking hard cunt. But he will never ask a player to do something that he won't do himself. And that's what I like about him, you know? And that's why he didn't do well at the Tigers, because the Tigers are a bunch of fucking pussy softcocks who couldn't handle it. But I think when you get to an elite level like State of Origin, I think he's a perfect coach. I think we win the series 3-0.
Dang.
I didn't think that a couple of weeks ago, but now Munster's out for the series, so I think we win at 3-0.
Dang.
I think we surprise everyone. I think New South Wales are about to go on a... can you still hear me? Sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't hear myself. I think it was just my headphones. I think New South Wales are about to start a dynasty.
Bang.
Okay.
That's confidence, bro.
I would go that far.
That's mad confidence.
I fucking hate Queensland. Fucking hate them.
I love that. I love that passion. I fucking hate Queensland too. But am I worried about this series a little bit? Fuck yeah, a little bit.
Oh, don't
man.
worry. When it gets to Wednesday, June 6th, or whatever the fucking date is, June 5th, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I'll be nervous as fuck.
Yeah, bro.
When I walk in there.
I don't eat on Origin.
And that's why as soon as I finish work, I'm going straight to the bar. I can't find it.
I don't on the
Sinking
Striders.
piss.
On the Striders.
On the Striders.
That's it. Shameless plug.
If they're not available, I'll be drinking them in the fucking car park.
They'll be available. You have many cases here at the 27 Project. It's funny because I don't eat on game days, eh? Like I don't eat for, bro. I love NRL. Like the NRL
Wait,
season.
on Roosters game days? You mean?
Roosters game days, I am always a little bit nervous. But when we play Souths, I'll probably do a 24 hours,
Really?
24-hour fast.
Is
Bro,
that how nervous you
straight
get?
up, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You know how you have that passion for hating Queensland, and don't get me wrong, I hate Queensland too, but I hate South Sydney.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the hate I have for South Sydney, because I'm a true blue rooster. Like, I'm born and bred a rooster. Like, my dad played Jersey Flag when he was younger.
Yeah.
Good friends with Ivan. Like, they used to actually go to, when Ivan and my dad were playing at the Roosters, they went at uni together. And so they went from Richmond, Western Sydney, all the way to Moore Park together. And good friends, obviously, like Freddie and whatnot. And a lot of the old school Roosters, like my dad. And so, bro, I was born and bred to hate South Sydney. Like, literally, you know, when Christmas comes around, we can't have red tinsel on our Christmas tree because you can't have red and green together in my house. Yeah. God forbid any one of my family members brought home anything Gucci, like, we would get shot by our dad.
That's
like,
so funny.
It's fanatic. You don't understand. My sister holds the record for the NRL as the youngest Roosters NRL member.
Oh, really?
6 years old. She was 6 hours. So we always had 5 registered member tickets, right? And then, so my dad, you know, he's just had his, you know, last child, my sister, wiping the tears away in the hospital, leaves the hospital room like an hour and a half in, comes back an hour and a half later,
Yeah.
right, with a little baby Roosters jersey with Alyssa's name on it. And she's registered as an official member. And there's a newspaper article, like if you want to clip this, there's literally a newspaper article that says Tiny Chicka Rooster now.
That's
and
so sick.
she was the youngest registered NRL member at the time. I'm sure someone's trying to beat that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, crazy. Like, we're fanatics, man. Fanatics. So
That's good, but
yeah.
see, my family's a bit split with footy. My dad was a West Magpies fan.
There you
And
go.
obviously then a West Tigers fan. So I took that side.
Yeah.
Whereas my brother's a Penrith fan and my mum's a Penrith fan.
Oh, your brother's loving life at the
Oh,
moment.
fucking loving it. Loving it, the cunt.
They're going to go 4 in a row?
No.
Nah? Who's winning it?
I've got 2 picks. I think it's either Roosters or Sharks.
So yeah, Sharks are the real deal, bro.
They are. And I wasn't confident on them until the Roosters game last weekend. And I thought, yeah, if they can stay fit, especially Nico, I think they're a very solid chance.
They've got the recipe for a premiership winning side, and I look at the forward pack as the prime example of it. None of them are on crazy wicket, right? None of them are insanely overpaid. None of them are these big, massive names.
Yeah.
But they're all overachieving, right? And I'm going to be a little bit biased and go back to like a Roosters team, right? Like a Tom Hazelton is like our version of like a Sam Moa, right?
Yeah.
Back in 2013, where like it's a lesser known name, but you're getting that same impact, you're getting that same punch. And realistically, when Penrith started their dynasty, like Leota wasn't a big name either. You know, he's obviously gained his reputation through this mass dominance over the last couple of years. And he wouldn't have been on crazy wicket either back then. Fisher Harris had a bit more of a reputation, but they're getting the best out of these players like Hazelton, like Kafusi, is Oregon Kafusi. They've got guys like McInnes who are just like gone heads and shoulders.
Such a fucking beast.
Yeah,
Such a beast.
bro.
His face is so fucked, but he's such a beast. He just epitomizes rugby league. I love him. I fucking love him.
If you open the dictionary right, and you wanted to see a photo, and you turned to Rugby League, and you just wanted a photo, it's Cam McInnes's face after a game.
Especially after that game where he had the blood all coming. Yeah.
And what's funny is if you turn to it prior to that, it probably would have been someone like a Dale Finucane, he's just like pretty much replaced him at the same club. Like, it's crazy. I like Cronulla's chances, bro. They're legit. I don't know about the halves. I'm a little bit skeptical. I'm a Heinz owner on Supercoach. If you're not, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But I'm still a little bit skeptical, man.
So am I a little bit. I think they can be there. Roosters are looking very good.
Yeah.
And Penrith will be up there.
Oh, 100%.
I just don't think they'll go 4 in a row. I can't see it happening. I'd be surprised. I'd actually be surprised if they went 4 in a row.
So you know what else is funny, and I don't like to wrap this team too much in public because my missus and her family are diehard Para fans.
Oh, fuck Parramatta.
I know you don't like to wrap them, bro. This is crazy. This is gonna sound crazy. The last time they were fully fit, they made the grand final. They're still a good team. I'm not going to put them in the top 4 contention right now. I don't think they're a premiership threat. But there are still so many teams that are still going to be in and around this hunt and make things interesting. And I think Para will be one of them. Bro, once they're fully fit, they'll make a run. I had Broncos, funnily enough, as a little bit of my slider team this year, where I didn't think they were. I actually don't think they were going to make the top 4 from the start of the year.
Broncos look good. Dolphins also look good.
I don't think the Broncos will make the top 4 this year.
Maybe not top 4. They'll definitely make the finals.
They'll make the 8. They'll make the 8.
Dolphins are looking fucking good.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of injuries too.
The
and they've
Wayne effect.
Yeah. And could you imagine he might even go out a winner? That'd be the ultimate gift.
That'd be insane. And then take Jeremy Marshall-King with him and poach the rest of their players, any of their guns.
Yeah, well, fuck, we couldn't beat Dolphins twice this year and fucking...
You can't beat anyone.
Benji's the fucking coach, can't
even beat his brother. Anyone.
Hey, we beat Cronulla.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you did too.
Down, can't cup that, you fucking dogs. Leichhardt Oval, baby. The magic of Leichhardt. Play every game there, cunt. We'd fucking win the comp.
The 8th wonder.
The 8th wonder.
Are they still knocking that down?
I don't believe so. I'm waiting on confirmation. June 30th is when
Are you
going
to represent them in court?
Well, there's actually a big group that a guy called Paddy, who's a massive West Tigers fan, he started the Save Leichhardt Oval whole fucking movement.
Seriously?
So now we've apparently got funding. West Tigers have informed the members that it hasn't been confirmed. So they're waiting to do a stadium plan. All I hope, right? Look, I think corporate-wise, we play games elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's going to happen under Shane Richardson. He took Souths to a core stadium. He'll probably do the same with us. I just hope we get maybe 2 games at Leichhardt, 2 games at Campbelltown. It's not as much as I'd like, clearly, but at least it's something. I just hope, because what will devastate me will be if he says no more games at Leichhardt, and our last Leichhardt game of the year is when I'm in Africa.
Oh.
So I won't be going. Yeah.
No.
So if that's our last Leichhardt game ever, fuck me, I don't think I'd be able to forgive myself. I'd have to change my fucking Africa trip.
We need to do just a rugby league podcast every week.
I know.
You're passionate. You're diehard, bro.
Oh, I'm a massive diehard. Fucking Tigers member through and through. When we finally get it, glory will come.
It will come.
It will come. And when it comes, no cunt can call me a bandwagoner because I've been fucking on this ship forever.
It'll be 5 or 7 years from now and we'll still have this clip as evidence.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be 50 years.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I will be dead. Fuck, I don't know.
But
hopefully
it will come.
At least I have seen my team win a premiership, so unlike
your
Parramatta,
grandkids can clip this up for you.
Unlike a lot of Parramatta fans. Cop that, you fucking dog. 17-16. What's up? Clint Gutherson, you fucking bitch. Missed the kick.
Oh.
You fucking dirty dog.
Oh, bro.
But anyway, enough about that. Now, I do want to finish. You traveled a lot, obviously.
Yep.
I just want you to tell me what are some of the coolest places you've gone to.
Yeah, bro. Like, obviously, bro, so lucky that this job has allowed me to travel to so many countries, so many places. I think this all kind of, the traveling bug kind of started with the Rugby League World Cup. So I still do the content for Lebanon Rugby League. Like I do all the social media management. And I was there at the World Cup with them. So I was living in England for, it was like nearly like 7 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Because we did well. Like we made it to the finals. So living with players like Josh Mansour, Mitch Moses, Adam Dewey, Jacob Carraz.
Adam Dewey, legend.
Yeah, he's a gun. He's a freak. So many like really cool names. And we were staying in Manchester. Right, so a lot of the teams actually dispersed around the country, but we had Manchester, which was gun. Like we had the best city. So we've got some really cool stories from that, man. And obviously, like the most notable one is when we got robbed. Like that made headlines everywhere because that was the funniest story, bro. Like,
And who robbed the team? Is it ever found out?
So I know a few players have said this story, but I can say my version because I'm a staff member, which I don't think a staff member's jumped on a podcast. Checker, don't get angry at me for saying this. Checker's mad. He's the funniest bloke. Bro, so it started off like we came to the team room, right? And what it was one morning, and I think it was Sauce. I think it was like Josh Mansell. He came into the team room and all the staff members, I was getting all the camera stuff ready. I was actually in the kitchen and all the staff members were convening and they were having this meeting and the room was empty. Now, mind you, if anyone that knows like a team room for a big tour, you have all your kit in one room, like your training stuff, all your supplements and all your like proteins and everything like that is all in the one space. And bro, we came into the room and it was empty. And Source goes, "What's going on?" And the staff members are going, "Oh, we're trying to figure it out, but it looks like we've been robbed. Our playing equipment, our laptops, everything." And we were like rattled. We were freaking rattled. Our jerseys were gone. We had a game in like 3 days' time, right? And if we didn't get our jerseys back, we were going to literally run out in our training kit because we didn't have another alternative jersey that didn't clash with the other team. I think we were playing Ireland or something. So we were rattled. And by the way, we needed to win this game to make it to the finals because we had lost to New Zealand the game before, and if we lost to Ireland, then we would have beaten Jamaica the week after, most likely, and it wouldn't have been enough to get over on aggregate,
right?
Or even because Ireland would have beaten Lebanon and then Jamaica. So we were rattled. Then, bro, training session, we get to training, and then that afternoon, Corey Patterson. Bro, you remember Corey Patterson from the Tigers? Yeah. He messages or calls Mitch Moses, right, who he hasn't seen in years. He goes, "Bro, I've found your Lebanon Rugby League jerseys on a job site here in Manchester. Like, does someone want to go pick it up?" And Mitch was like, "What the frick?" Anyway, so we recover our jerseys, but we don't get back like our tracking chips and some of the laptops and stuff. And one of the boys' suitcases got robbed as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy. Like
that's fucking mental.
Bro, a few of the players like lost a lot of shit. Anyway, but this is the funny part. So that made headline. That didn't make the news, that part. But then the day after, so it was the day of captain's run. So it was the day before the game. The boys getting their massages and they're getting whatever. They're just chilling in the team room, right? And then all of a sudden, right, this guy comes into the team room. It was off his head, like he was drunk. And he obviously just had stumbled in there by accident. And he's like looking around, looking sketch. And like everyone just got up and they're looking at him. And then one of the boys, I can't remember who, they go, "That's the robber." And then, or imagine 15 lebs, like half of them were in their budgie smugglers, like they were getting massages. They get off their massage table and they start chasing this guy through the streets of Manchester, through the bar section, through everything. Bro, Charbel Tessapale, who's a back rower, right, all of a sudden became a fullback, like freaking bolted past everyone. They grabbed this guy, right? They bring him back to the team. We think he's the one that tried to rob us the first one, but he was just some guy like off his head. And he comes back to the team room, and then we not like hold him like captive, but like we chuck him in another room, and then we call the cops, and we're waiting for the cops to come. It turns out like he had committed a few crimes around Manchester, and he was like on the run and whatever. But we held him in this like little room in captive, and he's like banging the door trying to free himself and get out. That was wild because you know what? Like Lebanon got Lebanon. Yeah. Like usually we're the ones robbing people, but we got robbed. And it was so funny, man. Like so many funny stories from that. Like there are so many like little hidden gems from those like little trips and stuff. Like Karaz laughs when I tell this story. He doesn't actually admit to this, but he's a diehard doggy fan, right? And then he obviously, you're born and bred to hate Parramatta. Yeah. Right. And I remember having this chat with him in Belmore, which was we were based before we got to the camp, where he's like, "Bro, I just fucking hate Parramatta. I fucking hate Parramatta." I go, "Bro, your captain is fucking Mitch Moses for this team." And I remember one sauna session, we were talking about like life, and we were just talking, and we were all in there. Look at me, the videographer, just hanging out with the players in the sauna. Always one of those guys, right? And Mitch was giving like mad advice about like financials and like what to do with your money and property and stuff like that. And Mitch is a champion. Mitch is a gun. Like they're all really good guys. And after the sauna, Mitch leaves, and then Jacob's like to me, he goes, "Bro, growing up, I used to hate Parramatta, and I swear I didn't like him either. He's actually a gun, bro. He's actually a sick gun. But like, there's so many like hidden gems from trips like that, man. And I'm so lucky, bro. Like I've traveled, obviously. Like I did the England trip. I did a lot of work with the Kyrgios boys, doing a lot of their pickle bet on tour stuff.
Yeah, mad. Yeah, that's sick,
bro. We
had John Bernard on before.
Yeah,
on the potty.
Oh,
I think we filmed it like his auntie's place or something. Yeah, it was like before I was here. Yeah,
probably his taters, but he's no, they're funny lads. So they're like kind of distant relatives of mine, but obviously like family friends. Like we went to school together, grew up together, all that kind of jazz. And we went and did the FIFA World Cup first, which was, I think, was that 2022? Yeah, 2022. So we did content there. So what was funny was I came back from the Rugby League World Cup, right? And I was in Sydney for 1 week, right? 1 week where I said, and I landed in on a Friday, and then me and Bernard and Huss Hamden, who's a boxer as well, we went for a run on Sunday. And I had just come back from this World Cup, and I said to the boys, I've just, done this World Cup campaign. I think I know how to pitch to sponsors, because I've just learned this trait now. I've learned how the art of what companies want to put money behind. And then B said, do you reckon you can find me a sponsor in a week? I said, well, what do you want to do? And he goes, bro, I want to go to the World Cup. I said, all right, done. I'm sure we could try and find something. So that Monday, we stay up till like 3 a.m. in my office in Homebush, creating this pitch deck about what John Bernard Kyrgios would look like if he went to the World Cup representing a certain brand and a certain company. And we ended up sending it out to a fair few companies that we knew. And obviously, a lot of them had interest and whatnot. And it ended up becoming not like a little bidding war, but we ended up landing with a group called Ames Marketing Group. And they're a legendary group, like such nice people. And really, really smart, because they were ahead of the curve in the sense of they understood that collabing with Bernard at the World Cup, having their brand on T-shirts everywhere, they understood the magnitude of it. So they were very flexible with what we could do. And bro, that was, you remember, like this, I landed on this Friday. We had the run on the Sunday. We made the pitch deck on the Monday. We flew out to Qatar on the next Sunday.
Yeah,
I was in Sydney for 8 days or 9 days, bro, before I was up to another World Cup of another sport in another country, in a non-English speaking country.
Yeah, that's mental.
And yeah, bro, we had just had such a
What a World Cup that was too.
Oh, bro,
huge
mental.
for Australia,
yeah,
especially.
Yeah, massive. We did so well, bro. So we went to 9 games, bro. We went to 9 games. Snuck into a few of them.
What is it like to be at a World Cup game? Is it just off its head?
So it's mental. Everything you could ever dream and think of.
Because that's like me and Jack were talking about America, like for the next World
Cup.
So
you know what? So this World Cup was special, right? And a lot, I didn't realize that there was such a thing as like World Cup groupies, bro. When we got over there were so many people who had been to so many other World Cups, right? And they said this is the best one because it was all in one city, right? So there were 3 games per day. And if you were smart, and there was one guy on Instagram who did this. He went to every single game. He actually did. If you were smart and efficient, you could go to all 3 games in the one day because it was all based in one city. Doha, they pumped $280 billion into the city of Doha, right? Stadiums everywhere. It was about 8 or so stadiums, right? And it was mental. It was mayhem. And I think the America one's going to be really hard and different because
it's in different cities.
It's in 3 countries, bro. Canada, America, and Mexico.
It's over the whole north.
Yeah, bro. And there's just so many different cities and stuff. Whereas this was
because it wouldn't feel like you're all
you hear,
there. Do you know what I mean?
You hear stories of the teams staying in hotels and resorts and camps that were like 5 minutes from another team, like an opposition team.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Yeah. Everything was in that one hub, and that World Cup was special, bro. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm wearing a Chelsea kit right now, up the Blues. But I'm not like die hard soccer fan. Yeah. Football, if anyone wants to get real technical. Nick Stav, don't come after me. Idiot. Idiot Nick. But yeah, like it was mental. And you can't help but be like so blown away by that World Cup. And with a lot of the events that I go to, like I've been to the NBA, like I've worked with the Kyrgios boys at the NBA finals, Wimbledon, Royal Ascot, the Ashes. We were at Lord's for the Ashes, which was sick. And you're there in the moment and you feel it as a creative, right? Like with my role, you're there in the moment and you're living it. But at the same token, you're also working, like because you kind of like got the camera to the side and you're filming the boys and stuff like that. And so it does take away a little bit of the magnitude rather than just like living it. But there are some instances, like I'll never forget the crowd for Australia versus Argentina, right? I've never experienced Argentinians. I've never experienced anything like the Argentinian fans, bro. Never experienced anything like it. The way you're in the crowd and you're watching grown men bawling their eyes out, ladies just throwing their bodies in this chant that these Argentinians do. They flick their hands like that, and they're so passionate. And kids are like got their shirt off, waving it for the whole game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They go ballistic. Man, the World Cup's special, bro. The World Cup's definitely probably one of the career highlights for me, like in terms of working at the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously, like
what a dream.
Yeah. The Lebanon World Cup was special, but for me, because that's heritage, bro, because I'm Lebanese. And when we won against Ireland, because we knew that the next week we had to play Jamaica to be into the finals, because if you make the finals in the Rugby League World Cup, that secures you for the next World Cup.
Right, okay.
Which it's so hard for Lebanon to make a World Cup as it is. Like, it was such a small nation.
So they'll be in the next one then?
Yeah, we'll be in the next one. And
that's awesome.
So when we beat Ireland, which we were like, staunch underdogs to beat, because we're playing guys like Nick Kyrgios and whatnot, bro, I remember crying. That was one of the, I would actually say that's the most special moment I've ever had in my working life. Like beating Ireland in England. Some of these boys that were playing in the team were tradies. Like, bro, there are stories of like Tony Maroon, one of our wingers who played against the Jamaica. Bro, he's a plumber.
That's
like
crazy.
Playing Sydney Shield or Ron Massey or whatever grade he was playing, and then now he's on the big stage scoring a try against Jamaica in a World Cup.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Representing your country. Like, it's... Yeah, and like I played a small role being a videographer, but I just felt so a part of it. Like we all did. Like all the staff members, how could you not? Like, you're just such a small country on the world scale,
stage.
and you're winning, and you're bringing so much pride and happiness to a country that doesn't have much to smile about most times. So that was special, bro. It was mad.
Now, I do like to end my podcast with my guests giving a bit of advice to anyone who wants to follow the same path that you've taken. What would be your advice to them?
Bro, get started. Just get started, and don't overthink. Don't overthink too much, and don't look around too much. I feel like people that look around too much, they hesitate, and you get lost in the source, and you get lost in how many things are going on with other creatives, or whether it be creative or with anyone in the industry. If you're looking around too much, you're never looking forward. And my advice would just be to get started and to do your job, bro, and just focus on what you can do, man. Like there's so many things I'd love to say, but at the end of the day, they're all words, and they go against what I'm saying which is get started, have a crack. Like you're never going to know until you try, and it's not that deep at the end of the day, man. People are so worried about starting and failing. Everyone's so worried about failing and this fear of failure
that they never get started at all.
But you're never going to get started, bro. People stress too much, and they're stressing on a hypothetical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So get started, have a crack, get your hands dirty, and do your job, bro. End of the day, just do your job.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming in. You're welcome back anytime. I feel like there's still so much for us to talk about.
100%, bro.
But yeah, welcome back anytime. And remember, guys, speak free with Matty G.
Cracker. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, brother.
How good.